It's time now for Mental Health Matters with your host, Lisa Reimer. Mental Health Matters is graciously underwritten by New Vision Eye Center, world-class eye care on the Treasure Coast. New Horizons thanks Dr. Paul Minotti, Dr. Stephen Tate, Dr. Robert Reinauer, and Dr. David O'Brien. Now, here's Lisa Reimer.
Welcome to Mental Health Matters. I'm Lisa Reimer, and we are in part 2 of our interview today about Veterans Treatment Court. And with us are Veteran Treatment Court mentors who work with the clients in that court system. And they are Michael Bodner, Vic Diaz, and Sylvester McIntosh. And I sure wish that you all were in the studio between takes, because that's where all the good stories, and I'm trying to get them all crammed into the interview. If you have missed part 1, you can go onto our Facebook page, New Horizons Mental Health, and watch part 1. And I want to, you had just talked about your alcoholism, Vic, and how you got help for that. And I don't know if you want to talk about your experience, Sylvester.
It's fine with me. I have no problem talking about it.
You called him an alcoholic, but you are a
drunk.
and you got out of the service and you stayed drunk.
I got out of the service and I was drinking 8 gallons of alcohol every day. And I wasn't a fall down drunk, but I stayed intoxicated.
For 3 years.
For 3 solid years. And I just fell on my knees and cried out to God. And it was a spiritual experience to me that brought me back. That wherein I had been I was a minister at 16 years old. And like most kids, we backslide and go to doing our own thing. And from there, I cried out to God and it turned my life over to Him. And then I began to walk a different path.
So, and Michael, you got out of the service.
I got out of the service and...
re-enlisted.
Well, I joined the reserves because I was looking for guys that I could relate to.
Guys that you could relate to.
And I found it there. I drank, but not that bad. What I did is, because of what I did in the service, I actually found employment back in an operating room where, it was familiar.
Right.
And so that's what I did, and I stayed in the reserves, so I retired out of the Navy. Out of the Naval Reserve.
Now, the 3 of you were in combat. You were the Silver Star recipient.
Yes.
What does the Silver Star signify?
It's the 3rd highest medal that the United States given. It was for bravery, wherein after getting shot May the 13th, I went back in the kill zone and pulled out 3 of the Marine buddies of mine.
And Vic said, with a bullet.
With a bullet in my chest
said,
at the time, yes.
My goodness. And so you had PTSD, obviously.
Yes.
So you guys somehow, by the grace of God, were able to get your lives put back together.
Yeah.
And now you're helping others.
That is true.
So I know that you don't just talk on the phone once a week to these guys, and that's what's getting their life together. So what is it that you actually do?
Well, as I explained when one of my mentees, I had to we had to put gas in his car. We had to get his truck fixed so he could go and go on job interviews and help himself get himself back on track. With a hand up. But he has to engage also. We're not going to put gas in his truck if his truck's going to sit there and he's going to play video games all day. We push them to move in the right direction. That's what a mentor does.
Are you seeing alcoholism in these guys?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, we've Judge Cox has actually taken 2 of mine and put back in behind bars.
In the pokey.
In the pokey, yeah, in the pokey. But and rightfully so. I mean, Vets Court has very strict rules. They're not that tough to follow, though. If you are there because you committed your crime because you drank too much, you're an alcoholic, then you are restricted from drinking. Mm-hmm. So don't come back into the court and have a test that says that you were drinking.
So is that then part of the
Court order.
well, to go to
Yes.
meetings,
Yes.
to get signed off, 90 meetings in 90 days,
they
those
are,
kinds
they
of
are
things?
tested on a regular basis
Tested.
for drugs, alcohol.
So again, because we're in the second part of the show, just so Veterans Treatment Court is a jail diversion program. It's
Correct.
less punitive than regular court. It's a problem-solving court. So do they work with case managers as well, or the mentors really taking the
I think
lead?
Judge Cox mentioned she's trying to get a case manager.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to get a grant for one, but at present, no. The only case manager they have is with the
Mental health court.
the
And then they
the
do
court
the drug
itself.
court.
And she had mentioned that, we're not supposed to advocate for our mentees, however, we do.
Uh-huh.
And she listens at times, and I think we've helped a few. You've asked if we go beyond just a phone call. I mean, I know I've taken them down to West Palm to the hospital if they needed it. Yes, we do more than we're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
In our boot camp that we went through, we're told, no, you don't do this, you don't do that. I mean, it sounds good, but we do.
Yeah, well, what they have to realize, they have their rules. We got it. But we're all veteran advocates. We're not only mentors, but we advocate for the veteran, not the VA, not this program. We advocate for that veteran. And we're going to do and say what needs to be said to help him
Or her.
or her and whoever is involved in the process understand what's going on with him. Because a lot of times they don't necessarily understand.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, there may be times that we don't completely understand what's happening with the individual. That's when we have some serious conversation with him, especially if he's deviating, vacillating on following the program. Then every one of us, we've had serious conversations with the people that we're mentoring.
Do you have therapists involved in the Veterans Treatment Court? And
Yeah.
you're
looking at him.
Yeah. I mean, if the judge orders
Right.
for the VA has.
they have many services, and
Right.
PTSD is really
right.
high up there. But again,
because we all work so close together, if he's having a problem,
Right.
we can talk to one another.
Mm-hmm.
Say, what do you think we ought to do here? So
And we have sent him back to jail too. Remember the one guy, Judge Cox, was trying to be lenient with him. I just told the judge he don't want to listen. Why don't you just do whatever need to be done? And we did.
We're watching Ranger. He's a dog. Because one of the clients is in treatment court. And he's been doing fine. Well, he fell off the wagon. Let him go. I'm fine. Gave it to him. And we're still taking care of the dog. We're months down the road. And all of a sudden, he's totally off the wagon. Totally gone. DUI. Okay, well, he's not going to be able to continue in Veterans Court. But we'll take care of the dog. But that's the kind of stuff we do. When I say we're a therapist, it's just one-on-one trying to bring him out. And the problem we face in getting him some help is the VA doesn't always have the facility to help them. The programs are full. Or no, we're not taking residential placements anymore. Okay, well, he needs a residential placement, but you don't have it. What do? So we face dilemmas also, as does Judge Cox, because Judge Cox knows that he needs to be in a tight residential program to protect him from not going back out and drinking, having those restraints on him. And it doesn't always work, so we have to then step up even stronger and help monitor the individual.
Mm.
So it can be a vicious cycle at times.
And thank goodness you have the Vietnam Veterans Association to back you up. Otherwise, I mean, to be, I always say, and this isn't my saying, but that safe, stable housing is the cornerstone of mental health. And so if you're homeless and an alcoholic and jobless, how can you possibly get your life together?
Right.
So you sort of help them, not just one piece at a time, but push them up the mountain all at once.
Well, we not only that, we go out in the woods and bring them out from the Vietnam Veterans Group. We're part of that also. So we go in the woods, get them, find them, and try to, as Vic said, try to give them hands up to put them back into society, that they can function as normal people. But we will never be normal again.
Nope.
No, how can you live through?
But we do house them too.
Yes.
That's the joy about working with Every Dream Has a Price. We manage 19 beds right now, and we're building more. We have some of our mentees living in our facilities. They were there. Thankfully we had a bed available, and we're able to put them in and help them, and that's helped them greatly. And now one of them, he's moved out and he's on his own and doing very well.
What if they are on disability and they're not really able to move out?
Then they stay.
They are welcome to stay.
We're affordable housing as well.
But
as
if they're on disability and the VA, I mean, if they're going to receive compensation for their disability, they've got an income.
Right.
So we can, with the housing grants through the VA, we can get them housing. They don't have to stay in our housing.
Michael, do you have a success story?
A young gentleman had a lot of problems, and we were able to get him in and get him treatment. Graduated the program. He's still around, still have some problems, but he's doing well. We were able to get him teeth. He didn't have any teeth. So he's come a long way. And then I have another one who they didn't want to have him. The VA wouldn't treat him. They said he wasn't eligible because of he wasn't dishonorably discharged. He was discharged under other than honorable conditions for a problem. Well, I looked at it. He had a lot of service-connected problems. So we got him service-connected treatment, which made him eligible for treatment in the court.
So you have to sort of do that, is what a case manager does. So you are the case manager.
We did that because the VA, they were just saying, no, he's not. We can't do anything. And I was like, so we filed a claim and we got him.
Sylvester,
do you have success stories?
Yes, one of the young men, he had all kinds of problems, and happened so that I knew his uncle. And we talked, we stayed both on his cases outside of this, and now he graduated from the program, and I see him every day, and he's just as happy as a lark. He said, thanks for giving me a second chance. Because most of the time, you look at people, even in our life, people who know you always remember what you used to be. They don't forget about that you can change. And so with this, by being able to be there for him, it does your heart good.
So we're going to take a short break. And then when we get back, we'll talk about what it is that you actually talk about that makes a big difference. Because you guys, I have to tell you, you're not real verbose, and the guys that I have met that came out of, that won't talk to the reporters, they're not real verbose. So I want to know what the communication is, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Derek Ogden from Word of Mouth Computers and Electronics. Since 2009, my team and I have been providing South Florida and the Treasure Coast with the highest level of service in the technology field. Computers, networks, surveillance systems, web services, Wi-Fi systems, anything you need technology related, we're your guys. Small business technology and consulting is my passion. Whether your business has 1 computer or 100 computers, I will come to your office and give you a custom technology evaluation report, and you won't owe me a dime for it. That's right, a free in-office technology consult, but only for a limited time. For your home or business, all you need is one number for all your technology needs. Call me right now before time runs out at 888-966-7228. Remember, there's no obligation. That number again is 888-966-7228. And ask for me, Derek.
A member of the iTex trading community. Your iTex dollars are welcome.
With all the tasks we have to fit in a single day, it's no wonder many of us are not getting adequate sleep. And even if you get to bed at a decent hour, you may be among the millions who toss and turn all night struggling with insomnia. Eventually, the fatigue will take its toll on your mental health. A simple tip for helping induce sleep is lavender oil. Just spray lavender oil mixed with water on your pillow, or put a few drops of lavender oil in your bath water, or even drink a cup of lavender tea before drifting off into blissful slumber. It's amazing how awesome you feel after a good night's sleep. To learn more about improving your mental health, contact New Horizons 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 772-468-5600 or visit newhorizonstreasurecoastinc.org.
For laser vision correction, general ophthalmology, glaucoma, and eyelid surgery, trust board-certified, fellowship-trained refractive surgeon Dr. David J. O'Brien at New Vision Eye Center. His practice includes the medical and surgical management of corneal disease and refractive surgery, including excimer laser vision correction. Call New Vision Eye Center for a consultation or second opinion. Your eyesight deserves world-class eye care. Visit newvisioneyecenter.com or call 772-257-8700.
Welcome back to Mental Health Matters. If you're just joining us, I'm Lisa Reimer, and I'm here with the mentors from Veterans Treatment Court, Michael Bodner, Vic Diaz, and Sylvester McIntosh. We've been talking about what mentors do, how you help these individuals who have been assigned to Veterans Treatment Court. You counsel them. You are case managers with them. But one of the things that we've also been discussing is the lack of funds that are available because you don't have a grant like some of the other problem-solving courts like Mental Health Court. So the Vietnam Veterans of Indian River County has underwritten much of what you do for these clients in court. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Correct.
So are you part of the Vietnam Veterans of America?
We are.
Okay, you're part of it.
We have all three of us.
But the chapter that you run here is not.
Correct.
Okay, and so basically the money you raise in Indian River County stays
Stays
in
here.
Indian River County.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that is a real important thing because I know people in other counties who give regularly to the Vietnam veterans, and they said everything that they donate goes up to the Panhandle, but what you do, so what kinds of things, fundraisers do you have locally?
Well, we had a real busy June. We had a golf tournament, which was the largest they've ever seen here in Indian River County.
Do you know how much you raised?
We raised probably $19,000-$20,000 on that. Then we had a car show. All told, we raised about $25,000 in the month of June.
Oh, wonderful! Just the month of June.
Just the month of June. Well, I can tell you, we'll spend every penny of that because we've got to furnish we furnish and make sure all the supplies and everything that's needed by the veteran in the homes that we manage, we take care of. We make sure that they have everything, and we totally furnish it. We make it look like a home. If you've ever been to one of ours and gone inside, you would think it's your own apartment. It's kept up. We make sure it stays in a state of repair. So that's what we raise the money for. It's, we don't spend money on salaries or anything else. I think we have 1% administrative, and that's just because we have an office that we file claims with, and we need computers and printers and stuff. But other than that, every penny goes to help veterans in Indian River County. And a veteran in need is somebody that we need to talk to.
Do they have to be a Vietnam vet for
No.
them to receive
No.
your
Just a
help?
veteran.
And they don't even have to be from Indian River County.
No,
Not if they need housing.
We've helped.
Right, because we were just talking. So
Yeah.
I remember as the editor of Luminaries, getting someone needed help badly, and they were losing their home and everything. And I reached out to someone, and suddenly I was on an email chain that said, we can do this and we can take care of this. This is already done. Where do we pick them up? And I thought, oh my goodness, I got to get out of the way here. So, you all took over.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And we'll continue to do it as long as we are able to. We're not slowing down. Actually, it
No.
seems like we're
Speeding up.
gaining
Well,
steam.
we're trying to recruit the younger guys. We tell them, hey, we're all in our 70s.
As mentors, you're trying to recruit them?
Well, mentors and just
Members of the...
Members.
Help start taking over our programs.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to be around a while. They are. They're going to be around a lot longer than we are. So we need them to start stepping up. I mean, a lot of us didn't get involved until our families were grown and we're coming to the end of our careers and stuff. But there's different dynamics today because a lot of these guys come home, they have battle wounds that they're rated at 100%, so they have money to live on, they can't work. They have to deal with their issues, no doubt. But helping others helps deal with issues. I always tell the guys, when a guy walks in and says, man, I got a check for $100,000, what do I do with it? They go out and have a good life. And I look at all my friends and say, there's my warm fuzzy.
Uh-huh.
And that's what it's all about. You get a real good feeling when you help others. And there's nothing wrong with just engaging.
Is that one of the things that you do with the mentees from Veterans Treatment Court, is get them involved in helping others?
We try.
try.
We make sure we always say we screen everybody for veterans benefits. A lot of these guys are in Veterans Court. They don't have any money. They don't know what to do in it. But when we get finished, when we find out, well, they're eligible for this program, they're eligible for that program, and we file for that. Now all of a sudden, they got money in their pocket. They can live a little easier, and that's how it starts, step by step.
If somebody is listening to this and would like to get involved as a mentor, what would you recommend that they do?
Well, they need to talk to either Sylvester or myself,
Okay.
and we'll interview them and let them know what they need to do.
So can I give them your cell phone numbers?
Sure.
Okay. So Michael Bodner, in fact, if you
Right.
want to say it, and then I'll
Okay,
repeat
it's
it.
772-473-6332.
So that's Michael Bodner, who is the Vice President of Vietnam Veterans of Indian River County, and he is a mentor with the Veterans Treatment Court, and his number is 772-473-6332. And can I give you your number as well?
Sure.
Okay. And Sylvester McIntosh, he also is a mentor with the Veterans Treatment Court and a member of the Vietnam Veterans of Indian River County.
Correct.
And his number is 772.
501-2422.
That is 501-2422. Okay.
And the
So-
reason Sylvester and I are coordinators is last year I went through cancer treatment, so he stepped in to fill in while I was not there.
He's still the boss.
No, you got to go. You got to go up to Detroit. So.
Yeah.
Or
And what do you think
Buffalo.
is the primary trait that a person who would be interested in mentoring?
Compassion.
Compassion.
You got to
Compassion.
be compassionate.
Yeah.
You know, that is the exact trait for all mental health recovery. The most important thing is compassion and empathy. So that you already have the empathy. You're all veterans. You all know what it's going to be like, or what it was like, and what it's like coming out.
Right.
So, compassion. Is that something that you had naturally? You developed it. And helping others, is that what develops it?
Yes, it did. Somebody help me, I help them.
I was fortunate. I was doing it from a kid. One of my next door neighbor kids. One of the things, he didn't have new shoes, and I had bought a new pair of shoes. I took them off my feet and gave them to him.
That is so sweet. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being here today.
Thank you.